It's been said for a while. It's been said for years, but the truth of the matter is solar power changes everything. For zero money down, you can start saving money right after solar installation. You can increase your home value. The tax credits alone, you could save up to 48% between what the state and what the federal government offers you. It doesn't hurt to just get a quote, an estimate from my guy. He could be your guy, Brent Sopel, former Chicago Blackhawk, Stanley Cup winner. Let him play defense with your finances. See what I did there? Brent Sopel is your guy to introduce your home to solar so you can start saving significant amounts of money. Sopel Solar, Sopel, solar.com. Get an estimate, get a quote, costs you nothing, and it could really change everything for you. July 23rd and July 24th at the Forge in Joliet. It is the third annual Illinois Hot Sauce Expo. Steve Seabury is the man behind it. There will be 45 of the best hot sauce companies, free hot sauce tastings, lucha wrestling, live music, craft beer. I'm hard pressed to think of what else you could ask for from a live event, Steve.
Not much, but we do have the Stage of Doom, and we also incorporate some of the craziest, most extreme eating challenges that people have ever witnessed, man, which, we're bringing the Guinness Book of World Records in. We're going to try to break the world record. We have bobbin for Reaper peppers. We got the Slatanic burrito. We're going all out, man.
All right. I want to get to the Stage of Doom because everything is a challenge happening on that weekend at the Illinois Hot Sauce Expo. Let's talk about you. Well, first of all, let's talk about hot sauce. An entire weekend devoted to hot sauce. How did we get here? I'm not complaining, but how did we get here?
I work in the music industry. So, I've always been on tour and I've always loved hot sauce. And that's kind of how High River started, is just by, networking with
High
bands.
River is your hot sauce company.
Yeah, it's a company that we own. Yeah. And then, by, working in the music industry, promoting concerts, when we started the hot sauce company, I was like, why couldn't we do a hot sauce, concert, if you will, and, so we did one in New York 9 years ago, and it really took off. Then we went to California, we went to Portland, Oregon, we went to Arizona, and just recently Chicago now, and or Joliet, Illinois, and it's been growing. The word's getting out that we know how to party, and it's getting bigger and bigger. So this is it's been an awesome ride in the Midwest.
I'm surprised it took you as long as it did to get to our area because, dude, we love to eat here.
Oh yeah, no, I love eating through Chicago.
It's the best.
It is. You live in a beautiful city, man.
So what is it about hot sauce? We're going to talk about all the challenges of the intense heat, but there is kind of a fine line, isn't there, between flavor and heat for its own sake when it comes to making hot sauce?
Yeah, I always say it's super easy to make something that's going to kick your butt. It's but with, all the guys that come to these expos and these artisanal hot sauce companies, it's all ingredient driven. These guys want to complement your food, spice it up some, so you're gonna meet guys that and girls that really just they just complement anything and everything that you can eat with vast amounts of different ingredients, some indigenous to where they're from and whatnot, so it's like the craft beer world, basically.
It is.
It's very similar. It runs parallel, but we just love it a little spicier.
And there is such a difference. You talked about the artisanal angle. We've all been to rural roadside gas station type places and you see hot sauces on the shelf like bowel eviscerator, and it's unusable. And there's such a difference when you actually are careful and mindful about the ingredients, and you can taste the difference between a fresh ingredient based hot sauce and bowel eviscerator.
Oh, 1,000,000%. And when I back when I was a kid, I used to love ass blaster hot sauce.
Right, exactly.
It's funny, you're young, you're stupid, you're daring, and looking for that crazy adventure, but no, there's still a great audience. When we do these expos, a lot of people want heat and flavor, but there is a large segment of the population that just like, give me the hottest thing. I want to be on my knees crying, and that's still not hot enough, So And those people are awesome. I love hanging out with them.
You're almost like a hot sauce dominatrix. Like you need to wear like travel with a whip and a ball gag.
Exactly.
Give me the hottest thing you have. I've been bad.
That's why everyone in Chicago is going to be in for a treat because Ed Curry, the guy who created the Carolina Reaper, is going to be out there. And I'm telling you what, man, people come and try to find his tent and be like, Ed, what do you got? And he just lights people up. I mean, they beg for it. It's hilarious.
So, okay, again, the Forge in Joliet, the 23rd and 24th. It's the third annual Illinois Hot Sauce Expo. I'm talking to Steve Seabury, the man behind the expo, also the man behind High River, creator of sauces like Rogue, Thunder Juice, Tears of the Sun. Let's talk about the Stage of Doom, which you mentioned. As it is billed, experience the most extreme eating challenges on planet Earth. The Stage of Doom will burn your soul and make you cry. You've been warned. Enter at your own risk. Enter if you dare. If you've been dropped on your head as a baby or think you have what it takes, then enter the Stage of Doom. I'm nervous about this.
It is funny. It's like I said, some people this whole expo is the land of misfit toys. It's just it's a bunch of like-minded people that want to get crazy, and some of these challenges, they're funny, but man, some people they get hurt, man. It's not for the faint-hearted.
So let me just rattle off some of these challenges. Donuts of death. You took something so innocuous and harmless and Americana and turned it into a menace. Spicy tacos of hell. Okay. Deep dish doom. Way to play to the audience. Way to play to the local angle there.
Yeah.
Italian beef of spicy love. Now we here in the Midwest, we've built up a tolerance for, hot giardiniera and Italian beef that brings some amount of pain. So that might have some takers. The one that I think I'm most interested in, just from an artistic perspective, is the booze and infused cocktail competition. Tell me about that, because that sounds cool. That sounds like something super interesting.
Yeah, what we do at all our shows, my wife grew up in the cocktail world, bartenders and some of the best bars and restaurants in Manhattan. But what we do because it's like hot sauce, craft beer, and cocktails as well. There's so many, everywhere you travel around the country, cocktail bars are popping up all over the place, but they're just doing different things, to the region, So we fell in love with that concept. So what we do is every expo that we put together, we have this cocktail competition. You have 90 seconds to create a cocktail that has a spicy element to go with the theme of the Hot Sauce Expo. It's all blind tasted, blind judged. The judges don't know who's competing, or all they get is a number, and that's it, and then at the end, we take the winner from each area that we do it, flying to New York City. And New York City, the top 3 bartenders in each borough compete against all the winners from around the country. And it's a huge cocktail competition, $5,000 for the winner.
Awesome.
It's the most. Dude, some of the cocktails that come out of there, I'm like, holy cow, man!
I bet
they're insane. They're so good, and all the bartenders that compete are legitimate. We got some great bartenders this year competing in Illinois this year. It's going to be awesome.
Now, has someone as of yet done something with Malort? Because I feel like that's a given to try and do something dangerous with hot sauce.
You know what? My wife is totally in the cocktail game. I don't know what spirits are allowed to use. I kind of keep in my hot sauce lane, and she does that, but it's a cool concept. We love it. She loves it. She's inspired, and people. It's just it's gotten really much bigger through the years.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the evolution, because I said this is the third annual Illinois Hot Sauce Expo. How have you seen it grown? Have you you see the comments online? You follow the social media growth. Like, how have you seen this increase?
I always say it takes 3 years to pop it off. It seems like that's the case with basically starting from fresh. People don't know it. They hear about it by year 2 or 3. They're curious, and by 4, hopefully it really But we had it the first year we did it. We did it at where the Chicago Fire played. Yeah, SeatGeeks, whatever, stadium, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we just couldn't get the time this year. COVID really hurt us. you know, because it made us take a couple years off, you
Right.
know. So we're kind of starting all over again, and we're using a new venue. So, but I feel good. Pre-sales have been good. People have been finding out about it. You know, it's just, you know, starting from scratch kind of. But I'm excited, man. I think it's going to be a great show.
I totally agree. And the absurdity of having lucha wrestling going on, just it somehow fits. It somehow works.
It does. Who doesn't love wrestling? You know, you have a nice cold cocktail, eat some hot sauce, and enjoy some wrestling.
And I gotta say, like everything here is really smartly priced. Like it's $10 for a GA ticket. You get,
Yeah.
I mean, simple enough. The craft beer package, this to me is the no-brainer. $40 gets you a burrito bowl, 3 craft beers, and a bottle of hot sauce.
And you can't go wrong with that. It's a limited edition hot sauce too.
I think that's a no-brainer. 3 craft beers, that's $40 on its own if you go downtown drinking.
Absolutely. You know, I'm a punk rock kind of guy, and I believe in $10 t-shirts. And I'm, you know, people in New York City, we've been doing a show for 9 years. Are like, dude, you haven't raised your prices in 10 years. I was like, I never will. I'm not. It's not up to me to price gouge everybody into submission. This is, you know, we also have kids 10 and under earn for free. So bring your family, come on down, spend $20 at the gate, you know, and have some beer. We always have $6 beers. You know, it's about a gathering, and it's about a social community, and it's not, you know, trying to bend people over, if you will, you know.
And you said it, giving it 3 years to become what it is now. I think that's a great entrepreneurial lesson. I mean, sometimes you know when to cut bait, but also sometimes you have to kind of soldier through.
Yeah.
If you believe enough in the vision, you have to kind of soldier through the rough patches, because there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, or at least a pot of prestige or pot of interest at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, that's my philosophy. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, whatever cliche you want to put in there, you know. But you know, people honestly though, they just look at you like you got 10 heads. They're like, I don't understand this hot sauce festival, you know. And it takes them, you know, they understand a barbecue festival, they understand a craft beer festival, but they're like, well, what are you doing a hot sauce festival? That sounds like the dumbest thing ever. And then they come and they're like, holy shit, this is the
Yeah,
greatest
I
festival
got it.
ever.
Yep, I love it.
And then they're back every year, man. They don't, you know. So the audience is getting bigger. People are talking about it, and it's a fun time, man.
I love it. And we can go hang out, try all those hot sauces. Again, 45 of the best hot sauce companies will be there. There are free hot sauce tastings. There's wrestling, there's craft beer, there's live music. I mean, come on. And there are people bobbing for Reaper peppers.
Exactly.
Not going to find that at the local street fair.
No, it's the witness to brutality. It's awesome.
All right, Steve Seabury. Again, it's the 3rd annual Illinois Hot Sauce Expo. I will see you there. I'm really glad we got to talk tonight.
No, I appreciate it, and thank you for your patience. I've been crazy, so thank you for working with my schedule. And yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to meet you, have a beer together, and it's going to be an awesome time for sure.